Smash Cash Radio. You listen to Real Raw. There's no real without Raw. If you don't know, now you know. It's your boy Raw Ruler. Let's get it. We got the one and only IMS. I can call you IMS, right?
What's up,
You want to know what's so ironic?
What's up?
This school right here is called IMS. So people was like, IMS, wait a minute, you finna interview the school?
Right.
But no, man, like, man, your music is like, you got some influence music. Like, you got the real hip-hop thing going on for real. Like, I got one question. Like, if you could give a young boy or girl the tools to come up in this music business, what would you give them?
All right. I mean, I just tell them, for one, you know, like, just stay persistent with it, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Always, like, stick to being yourself, you feel me? Like, because, like, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like, don't really agree with the music that I make, but, like, it took me some time to realize, like, you know what I'm saying, you can't try to please everybody, you know what I'm saying? You got to please yourself first, you know what I'm saying? Same with, like, loving yourself first, you know what I'm saying? How you going to put something out to make other people love it if you don't love it yourself first, you feel me? Like, so I feel like to the younger kids that's aspiring to grow up to do this, like, you know what I'm saying, like, originality is key, you know what I'm saying? Your imagination is key, you know, like, so just stay at that, you know what I'm saying? And like, everybody gonna have their opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always used to tell people, like, whether 1 or 100 people love what I do, I'm gonna love it, hands down. You know what I'm saying?
That's the key, though.
You know,
that's the key right there. You gotta love it. If you're not gonna love it, it's not gonna come out right. The passion not gonna come out right. None of it's gonna come out right. So, man, like, with this, how long you been doing music? No, wait, hold on. We ain't even do this. Wait, hold on. You from Chicago. Let them know where you from.
I'm from the East Side, Shy, South Shore. You know what I'm saying?
East Side crazy.
You know, like, you know, over there, like, Coles and Exchange. That's why I'm stationed there. You know, I grew up over there. You know, like, went to high school over there. You know, like, I've been doing rap, hip hop. You know, since like 14 years now. So I started at 7. I'm 21 now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just keep going with it. And it's crazy. I started off like just writing poems, you know, like roses are red, violets are blue type shit for females and shit. So, and then it went from there, you know, like I started wanting to get more into it. And the older that I got, like the more better the better I got at writing my own raps. And, you know, like I always told people, I don't like being like, I rap, but I don't like the term rapper. You feel me? Like, because a rapper is just someone who talks about the clothes, the cars, and the money and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying? I make art, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I write on them pads, that's my blank canvases, you know, like I'm like Picasso, blank canvas, and I just, you know, heavy strokes on that shit, you know, then the finished product is like a masterpiece, you know, so definitely. Yeah, like.
So, man, when you in your zone, when you ready to prepare for a track, like, how do you feel? What moods you be in?
Man, a lot of times, you know, like, as a kid, I was really angry. You know, like, a lot of things I went through, like, you know, like the fact that my father left, you know, my biological father and shit like that. But the mood that I'm really in, it depends on, I notice my mood, like, my zone is really, like, at late night. Because, like, late night, like, after midnight, I'm up. And I'm there and I'm just writing and I'm going and I'm nonstop. So a lot of times it is anger, but the song is not angry. You know, like,
okay,
you know, it's not an angry song. You know, like, it's just like that gets me in my mood. You know, like, yes, especially like with all of the things that goes on in my life. You know, like, one thing I notice about my songwriting process is, say for instance, I'm going through some things, you feel me? Like, it's like therapy for me, you know, like, once I write about it, it helps me get over it.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I went like breakups, things like that. Like, once I write about it and like get it all out of my system, you know, it's like it helps me get over it.
And that's what I like about you. I like how you don't be in one lane.
Right.
You don't try to be just that positive rapper.
Right. Yeah.
You. It's like I always tell people, like, let your music be based off your mood, and that's what you do. That's why. That's what makes a real hip hop artist when they go off their mood.
Right.
And, like, speaking of that, like, what's your definition of a real hip hop artist?
I mean, my definition of a real hip hop artist is someone who who lives it, knows the knowledge behind it, like
True.
not just know that, a rapper, I rap, so I'm hip hop, it's not that. It's actually a lifestyle that you got to live, like it's like you got to know. It's just like with anything that you want to do. If you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, you gotta, have that education and knowledge on that too, like with anything that you want, you gotta do your homework on it, like so. I feel like if someone want to claim themselves as a real hip hop artist, they have to know the origins of it. You feel me?
True,
like before they can start claiming, I'm just this and don't have no
just
fucking
claiming
idea.
That label.
Yeah, like exactly.
I feel you on that. So man, this ventilation mixtape, when I listen to the thing, because what I did was when I listen to a mixtape, I can't just listen to two songs and walk away.
Right,
I gotta listen to the whole thing, and I was feeling the whole thing. It was like that J. Cole tape, the latest project he dropped. The Drive Hill thing. Forest Hill.
Yeah, Forest Hill.
Man, it was like that. Like you can't just skip a song. You got to listen to the whole thing. Yeah. And I had that vibe with that.
Yeah.
So man, was it fun? How was it when you made this project?
Ventilation came together in the first place. So it came. The whole thing came to my mind when I was in high school. I graduated 2 years ago, 2014.
Okay.
So it came like, okay, I had the idea. I'm like, okay, because it started off as the notebook, like, some diary type, like I'm just, every page is a different song type thing,
True.
So like, it's like every time you change a song, you turn in the page.
Oh,
So that's what it started off as, the notebook.
Yeah.
And then I came I'm like, okay, like that sounds too bland, too basic. I want to put a little bit of more creativity in it. So that's when I came up with Ventilation.
Okay.
So, and I actually started writing for Ventilation after I graduated out of high school. I went through a whole bunch of tracks like, okay, I think this gonna go on there. I think this gonna go on there. I got a whole bunch of unreleased music that didn't make
I bet you do.
Didn't make the tape.
And you look like one of the people that got a whole bunch of notebooks.
A whole bunch of songs and like stuff that did not make the tape, but now writing the actual tape for it, like it really came like, okay, I really got to do this. It's like, like it's a personal thing right here, but I'm good with sharing it right now.
Yeah, you don't have to if you want to.
It's all good. It's all through the tape, man. Like so. Like I say, one thing that really added fuel to me is like I was with this chick for 6 years, right? We was together, and she's my girlfriend and everything, and like. We started going through some like separating and stuff, and it's like I had bought her a phone, right? And I bought her this phone, and like she used it to record a video. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna go too further into it, you know what I'm saying? Like, but she used it to record,
Yeah.
And like that really, like it had an effect on me. It was traumatic for me, you know what I'm saying? Like it, especially like when you have such. Emotions and feelings for somebody, you know what I'm saying?
I understand
that happens, and it just like it put me in so much rage.
It put you in that.
It put me like I went like once that happened, I was like dwelling on it a little bit, but like once I got over it, I got in my IMS mode. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say, my IMS mode. And it was like the songs were coming consistently, like back to back, and
that
like
brain was going.
It was going like because I had so much that I had to get off my mind. Like I had so much. So like every time I heard a new beat, I'm like, okay, I already know what the song is. I already know what I'm gonna write to this. So if you listen to it, it's kind of like it's like an emotional roller coaster if you listen to it, because it starts off with me being in my prime and my glow and everything. Then it gets into that moody, eerie stage where I talk about my family problems and I talk about, the relationship with my dad. I talk about that a lot, because that had a big effect on my life, period. One of the reasons I was so angry because, like, he did walk out, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I, like, from him and my mom split when I was 5. He didn't come around and start trying to be a dad until I was like 17. Talk about he gonna take me to the park and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, I'm a grown man now. You know what I'm saying? I don't play with toys. I play with girls. That I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling them that. So a lot of that had an influence in it too. So I was just I was in like the key songs like. I talk about the shit with my ex. It's called Going Through It. It's track number 8 on the mixtape.
True.
You know, then Monster, I talk about, you know, it's like, you heard it, you know, like, me and
that
my
was
homie,
my favorite one,
like,
Monster.
My homie, he influenced Monster. You know, like, Avo Ace Boogie, shout out to him. He influenced Monster so bad because, like, he real controversial and he real revolutionary, you know, so, like.
Was it one of them, Embrace the Beast?
Yes,
Embrace
like,
the Beast.
when we was in the studio, I was literally yelling, you know, like, some takes we had to do different because, like, I was so mad at that motherfucker, you know, like, I was so mad and it was just like, okay, hold on, let me do that over because I'm really, like, yelling at the microphone.
On that mystical.
Like, yeah, he just telling me, like, go, you know, like, he basically, like, he like the ventriloquist, you know, like, he just, like, I'm the puppet and he just telling me, like, go, you know, like, but my shout out homie Avo Ace Boogie, you know, like, yeah, man, like, he helped out a lot too, you know what I'm saying, with the thought process because, like, you know,
I love y'all collabs. It's
man,
dope.
like
I see the selectives that you pick. Like you don't just pick anybody and throw them on the track. You get the certain people on certain tracks.
Right.
And speaking of that, what's your chemistry like with the producers?
You know, like, to be honest, like, I don't really have a personal relationship with any producer. Mm-hmm. You know, I just, I go on YouTube, right? And I have a slew of producers that I go to every time, you know? Yeah, like, so I kind of have, like, I know who I'm going to go to, you know?
True,
like,
definitely. I feel you on that.
Like, a couple people, Candace Major, he a big name on YouTube. Taylor King, you know, they big. I even got a couple beats from Seasick, you know, that's going to be on my next tape.
Oh, we got to speak on that, man.
You know, like, man.
You can give us a name, release date?
No, I can't give you none yet, man. Like, I can't, but just be on the lookout, you know, like, but yeah, with far as producers, like even Mick Jenkins producer, On God, like they whole little thing, like me and Soulmatic, shout out Soulmatic, we've been working with him, you know, like On God down at the Music Garage, you know, we've been working with them, you know, like I got a couple tracks down there, you know, like, and you know, I plan to get a couple beats from them because, you know, they make beats or whatever, you know, like, so. Yeah, like, now, as far as producer, like, me and him, we're cool. Now, if we want to talk about actual personal size or, you know, like, I got this line, I hit him up or something, he, you know, give me some advice or something now. On God, yeah.
Definitely, like, man. Like, do you see any features you trying to get into? Like, anybody out here? Like, out of Chicago, period, anything, you know?
I mean, like, in due time, you feel me? Like, the type of artist I am, I'm down to do anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm down to, like, you know... But one thing I always tell artists, you know, like, because a lot of people feel intimidated to get on the track with me. I've had people tell me that, like word up, like I had people tell me that, like, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to compete with you, you know, I'm just doing my thing, you do your thing, you know, like, and if it comes out like that to the audience,
then so it is what it is.
It is what it is. But like, I mean, like, I support. If you dope, you know, you from Chicago especially, I support. You know what I'm saying? I support, like, my people share stuff on my wall and all of that on my social medias. You know, if it's dope, I check it out. I actually add the shit to my playlist. You know, like, I can't say it's vice versa. I can't say people do the same for me, but like I say, I'm a supporter. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and that's the main thing of a supporter when you doing it and you're not expecting anything back.
Right.
That's the best thing. But man, like I peeped that you like you switching your name up. Like, at first it was Sam Wordsmith, right?
All right, so I can tell you. All right, I'm gonna tell you the whole origin of rap names for me. So,
damn.
So my first rap name ever was Mr. Rapper Boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do that shit. You know, I was like fucking 6th grade or something, and then I came up with Iceman.
I remember that.
Iceman.
Yeah.
Iceman was a name I went from like 7 to my sophomore year in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I put the Iceman Sam to it, you know, so like, you know, like, because I just, you know, people, I had one song and it was called Iceland. It was like some little kiddie shit, you know, I wrote, you know, a little chant, it's that Iceman, you know, and I was like, okay, and everybody from the hood, from around where I stay at, you know, like, cause I went to Bradwell where Lil Bibby and them went.
I went to Bradwell too.
Yeah, I went to Bradwell and shit, you know, like, yeah. And, you know, like, every time I come through there, they'd be like, spit a rap, Iceman. So I stuck to Iceman, you know. So I changed Iceman when one day I just had the letters, just IMS, you know, just Iceman Sam. I just had the letters. And I was like, okay, now Iceman is cool, but I want something more mature. You know, so I sat down and I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I want like an acronym. So that's when I came up with IMS. I must succeed. You know. And then like every now and then people like when I go like the video when I performed the other night, they still call me Iceman Sam, you know, and I'm not gonna say, oh, that's not my name, you know, like
you're just gonna accept it.
I accept it, but my name is IMS, you know. True. Like
definitely
IMS, I must succeed, you know. Now the whole Sam Wordsmith thing, I'm gonna tell you what that is. That's an alias. You feel me? That's just an alias.
I love that name, right?
That's an alias. Now that's when you hear songs like the one I performed that night, that's Sam Wordsmith right there. You know, you feel me? Like that's another whole. That's a whole
it's
nother
like alter
vibe.
ego.
Yeah, that's a whole nother vibe I'm in. You know, IMS is more like telling my life story.